Also tonight, talking to teenagers who won't leave their room. The situation can be really frustrating and even stressful for parents.
And here to talk about is Dr. Khadija Booth Watkins, a psychiatrist and the Associate Director at the Clay Center for Young Healthy Minds at Mass General Hospital. Doctor, it's great to see you. So, as you know, when kids are little and they're misbehaving, parents may tell them, all right, go to your room. But as they get older, it seems like that's the only place that they want to be. Is that normal?
Normal, it kind of depends. We're all kind of wired a little bit different. And so, depending on your child's temperament, their personality, they may be such that they want a little bit of time alone. Like they want to separate from us, from the world, to decompress. And that's okay. This is also a stage where they're pulling away from us and closer to their friends. They're exploring their own interests and passions. And so they might not want to do this in front of an audience where we kind of, as parents, give our unsolicited advice and feedback. But there's also a group of kids that we don't want to miss. And those are kids that are spending time alone in their room because they're struggling, they're suffering, they are withdrawn, they're isolated. You may have also picked up on other kind of behavioral changes. And these kids might be struggling with a mental health condition. So in that instance, it's not normal or okay.
Right.
Some parents are saying the only thing that they're doing in there is checking their phone, playing video games. Is that a problem?
So right or wrong, I often tell my son that he doesn't rent a room in this house and that he's expected to be a member of the community, and that means coming to the table and having dinner. And so some of it's about setting expectations. But again, kids are pulling away from us a little bit more at this stage of life. They want to be with their friends, but that doesn't mean that they don't want to spend time with us. And so think about ways to engage them in activities that get them out of the room, things that you can do together, go for a run, go for a walk, pick up a DIY project, that movie or that video game that they're playing alone in their room, have them bring it into the living room and play together. This also creates an opportunity to have conversations, around the table during these activities, because we don't know what they're doing in their room unless we ask. So have these conversations. How are they spending their time? Who are they talking to? It's also okay to say that you miss spending time with them and ask, how can we figure out how to spend more time together?
Doctor, there are a lot of, obviously, dynamics between parents and children. But at what point does it go beyond normal? At what point do I'm worried. Is there a signal? I'm worried about something.
Yeah, kids need their own space as developmentally appropriately so they can develop their own they can assert their independence. They can kind of grow and explore. But we need to determine if it's a problem. And I think about this by thinking about, is this behavior getting in the way of them doing the things that they need to do or things that they should be doing? So are they, not physically active, not going to sleep at night, not able to get up in the morning? Are they, not doing well in school anymore? Are they, seeming to be more and more socially isolated? Are they not engaging in activities that they used to? Are you noticing other changes in their behavior? They're moody, they're irritable, they're anxious, they're sad. And so these might be indicators that they're not doing well and that this behavior is a problem. And so then we should be worried and do something about it.
Yeah, and keep that line of communication open. Dr. Booth Watkins, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. Take care.